Yeah, 3 or 4 bottles of Magnum, drank 'em, now I want ice and cream. Fresh trim and a plain white tee. I paid 24, 8 times free. Man wanna talk, no face, no case, but his phone got print and a face ID. Been cold, KID. Man, I'm my biz like.
Yes, people, so today I have a special episode of Trip to the Thrift. Me and the Payday Vintage team went out to Italy, saw some new stock, so let's get into it.
Elevator is getting right.
Without my logo, without my logo.
Hi, it's Alfie.
Vintage. Vintage.
Hot girl summer.
I don't know how to do this without my lover. She looks good in a sundress, I look good on an album cover. Did somebody say red wine all summer?
Hello, how are you? Good. It's been a long time.
So in the first warehouse, we were mainly hunting for big logo sweatshirts such as Nike, Adidas, Champion, Kappa, because they sell the best on our website. 2017. Your high neck. What's that, Hilfiger? Do you know when these are selling for like literally 85 quid? And now they literally go for like 40 quid. We also found some really cool bits such as racing jackets, this mad Averex leather jacket, a Napajiri gilet, a yellow Gore-Tex North Face, vintage shoes, and some old school football shirts. Some Visus. We've got this Adidas equipment, but it's just stains. This place full of so many garbs. Because I was filming a YouTube video, they let me into their office to show some of their vintage grails, their rare pieces which aren't for sale. They had designer bags, band t-shirts, and designer garms.
Ain't got much in common with feds, but struggle to do this without my stunner. And she's hurting more than me, but she'll cover that up with a hot girl summer, and so she should. Give me the planet, I know you would, but that doesn't mean that it's right for us. Hold me good, that's all you ever did, and I know you could. Just never stop loving me, but I can't.
Overall, the first place was a really big success. We probably copped around 300 pieces, which is insane. A load of vintage sportswear, we had a load of football shirts, a few designer bits, and then a few of like the random bits, such as like the Averex jacket that I showed in the video. So all the pieces were boxed up and they'll be shipped to us in around 3 to 5 days. So next up, we all headed down to the square to go meet our vintage tour guide to give us a lift to take us to the second vintage warehouse. So the second warehouse was big, but it didn't have anything we were looking for. And honestly, the seller there, he was actually pretty rude to us. He didn't want to sell to kind of the UK sellers. He preferred to sell to the Italian sellers. And he basically didn't want us to go handpick. He wanted us to buy it in bulk so we'd kind of get some of the shit as well as some of the nice stuff, which is completely understandable because if we handpick all the best stuff, then he's not going to have any good stock to sell to the Italian suppliers. So in the end, we bought nothing because we handpick all of our items because we want to have the best stock for all of you lot.
Know my name, so they thinking I got bills racking. This outfit cost 100, but I'm still swagging.
So the third warehouse visit was a much smaller scale. It was just someone doing it part-time and wanted to clear out some old stock. He let us root through literally all of the items he had, and he also gave us them at such a good price. We were literally grabbing branded sweatshirts for as cheap as €5. That's like £3.50. We also copped this insanely old Roma shirt. I think it's from the 80s, and the condition and the material was insane. So the third warehouse, we probably picked up around 30 to 40 pieces, adding the tally to around like 350 pieces. So bed. Right, so there's the bathroom. Right. Yeah. Look at this. We've got a little jacuzzi. Don't know if that's going to fit all of us, but a little jacuzzi. And then I'll show you the view from outside. If you're also wondering why I didn't vlog when visiting the warehouses, is I wanted to build the best relationship possible with these suppliers so we can have ongoing business. I thought it'd be pretty rude if I just came with my camera and started filming in their faces, and I thought they wouldn't like that and may not work with us again. So that is why I've chose to narrate over the whole trip. So the fourth place we visited turned out to be a little vintage shop, but oh my god, this guy had the craziest vintage football shirt collection. Probably over 250 vintage football shirts from like Man United, Barcelona, Napoli, France, Italy, all the teams in loads of different leagues, and me, Alfie and Finn all absolutely love football, so we were just like in shock at how many nice shirts there were. Unfortunately, he wasn't selling any of his collection, but in there we did find some cool like sportswear pieces, as well as a load of vintage designer bottoms such as like Carl Carney, Versace, Armani, Trussardi, and what else was there? Moschino as well, and Carhartt. Then after buying a few of the bits, the guy who owned the shop actually took us into the back, his stock room, to show us more of his collection. He had some insane vintage American sportswear, he had loads of the vintage Chicago Bulls, NBA jerseys, hockey jerseys, and he even had a few F1 racing bits. Yes people, so it's day 2, we're going to the vintage market and then we're going to hit up a few more vintage warehouses. Let's get into it.
Hey, nice balance.
Yeah, 3 or 4 bottles of Magnum, drank them, now I want ice and cream. Fresh trim and a plain white tee, I paid 24, 8 times free. Man wanna talk, no face, no case, but his phone got prints and a face ID. Bin code, KID, man in my biz like HOV.
The really good thing with the market is you can find some really cheap gems and you can negotiate on prices and get pieces for insanely cheap. We were getting some pieces for like €2, which is like £1.50. We couldn't spend too long there though because we were visiting another 3 warehouses that day. The first warehouse we visited was another small seller, similar to the second warehouse on the first day. They didn't really have that much stuff that we wanted, but we managed to find a few cool branded shirts, summer shirts, and t-shirts. We purchased around 12 items, and I really wanted to cop this vintage Bob Marley tee.
Wow.
Next up, we got a lift to this huge warehouse on the outskirts of town, ran by 2 brothers, and this reminded me of an American thrift store. All of the items were categorized into different boxes, such as varsity jackets, jeans, cargo pants, t-shirts, sweatshirts, etc. This place honestly had so much stuff. We've got Marlboro cargo pants. This is this French brand, this designer brand, Marif Francois. Avarex cargos. We've got these cool beige ones, like it's got the multi-pockets. We were finding so much good stuff that the seller showed us boxes of single-stitch US vintage graphic tees, and we found some really cool bits. Full tracksuit. So in total we bought around 200 items, and before we're about to leave, the seller loved us that much that he was like, let me show you this premium stock that I only showed to like my best buyers. He pulled out this box and oh my god, all of the stuff in there was insane. There was like 90s big logo Nike sweatshirts, and we also found this incredible piece, probably the grail of the trip. It was this 90s Umbro England sweatshirt, like probably staying in our archive. And also there was this Missoni 2-piece, like a ski jacket and ski bottoms, but the price on that was too high. So overall, that second warehouse was really successful. We then moved on to the final warehouse. The space was actually really nice, but the seller didn't have anything we were looking for. But we managed to find 4 vintage Ferrari pieces, which will look sick for a drop on Payday Vintage. Just finished up at a few warehouses. We've got some insane stock. Like over the past 2 days, we've been to like 7 or 8 different warehouses and so much good stuff. So hopefully we might have one more tonight, and then we just get to chill out. So go get some nice food, watch the Champions League tonight, PSG Real Madrid. I back PSG are going to win, but let me know who you think in the comment section down below.
I believe Jehovah Jireh. I believe there's heaven. I believe in war.
Overall, it was a really successful business trip. We copped over 500 pieces, which will all be listed online. It's also really good to go away with the boys, the whole Payday Vintage team, and they're my favourite types of holidays where you're doing something productive and you're having fun at the same time. So it's killing two birds in one stone. All of the items will be listed over the next couple of months onto our website, Payday Vintage, and use the code YouTube10 for 10% off. We upload 40 to 50 items every single day, Monday to Friday, all 10 out of 10 bangers. So just check it out in the link down below. I've also just booked a trip to Turkey where I'm going to be checking out a few clothing factories. So that'll be an amazing vlog too. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to smash that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I believe Jehovah Jireh. I believe there's heaven. I believe in war. I believe a woman's temple gives her the right to choose, but baby, don't abort. I believe that marriage isn't between a man and woman, but between love and love. And I believe you when you say that you've lost